which this past week, I would actually say not necessarily this week, last week, and I would say the last week and a half, I'll tie everything in, was the worst week and a half I've had in real estate from a perspective of we've had one deal that was a complete nightmare, and basically, long story short, without going too much into it, there was a lot of miscommunication. I think everybody involved could point fingers here, there, the other thing. What I want to talk about though, and basically it ended up I had both sides of the transaction. So the good thing was I wasn't dealing with another agent, which was just an extra piece in the another piece in the puzzle. But long story short, I did everything I thought I could do. I tried to pull every string and make every contact and connection and basically ask every favor I could to try to make the situation better. But at the end of the day, obviously one client hates my guts. And again, I firmly believe, and I've told you this before, if you can go to bed at night knowing you did the right thing, you have nothing to worry about. And I 100% believe I did nothing wrong and I can sleep at night, so I'm totally fine. If they don't like me, that's on them. I don't care. But the idea is that this was a week and a half of basically just getting fucking punched in. Sorry, well, I guess I don't care. It's on the explicit Game of Thrones show, but basically getting punched in the face over and over again for a week and a half, and Nicole can vouch for this, and it was just a mess. Well, finally, it closed yesterday. And I won't give all the details, because the details basically is one of those Murphy Law. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong. A lot of stuff out of my control. But what I want to state, or kind of go back into, there was 3 things that I took away from the situation. And there's not a lot of times that I kind of like step back and think to myself and almost like take time to appreciate or really like give myself a pat on the back. 'Cause I don't do that often. I know people say to do that kind of stuff. I'm always like, get it done, go forward, move, grow, all this stuff, expand. But it kind of took me a chance to kind of look back, and even though the situation was awful, it was one that I was really proud of the way I handled the whole thing, in the sense that it could have been very easy for me to point fingers, point blame, deflect the blame off of me, not take accountability for the situation. I think I did the exact opposite. I think I was extremely accountable to everything. I think I was extremely proactive in everything. I stayed extremely positive in probably the most negative situation I've been in real estate, in the sense that there was going to be an end to it. And my thing was, and of course, a lot of conversations I had throughout the whole thing with a lot of different people, well, if this was different and this was different, and I was like, nope, not going there. I'm not going to blame. I'm not going to say he said, she said. I don't care what happened up to this point. We're at this point, okay? Basically, nothing in the past I can change. I can't go back, can't change it, none of us can. We're here. How do we still get to the point? Like, we're trying to go from A to B. A to B should have been a straight line. A to B went up, down, zigzag, backwards, forwards, everywhere you could think. So then we got to this point. Now I'm like, well, how do we know behind us has been all jumbled. How do we get from now our new point A to our point B? And I was very good at just kind of finding that tunnel at the end of a very long road, and we finally found it. The negative was I wasted a ton of time that I shouldn't have had to put into it, which is why I'm literally a week and a half later, and I'm still catching up from a week and a half ago, which just, obviously is taking a lot of extra time out of my schedule, and I've, it's just taking a lot of time, which is the thing I value most. And but at the end of the day, it's just one of those things that I find that it's allowed me, again, just another negative that allows you to build you back up into a better agent. So I look at the whole situation as it was a negative situation, but I really found a way to turn it into a very positive light, and I thought I did an extremely good job. I'm very happy the way our office handled it, which is mostly me and Nicole kind of working on it. Nicole's really stepped up on it. She did a phenomenal job.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she is incredible. And I think we did a lot of good stuff, and at the end of the day, we accomplished our goal of getting someone in-house and getting the house sold. So, like I said, so sometimes my big takeaway from that is it's not always going to be pretty. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be challenges. You can talk about this in life or anything in general. This obviously happened to be in a real estate transaction, but at the end of the day, always look for the positive. Always look for the solution. Always take ownership of a situation. Don't pass blame on people or point the finger. So I think I was able to do all that, and now I'm just extremely happy it's over, obviously. But I think that it was a good growing experience. I got much better as an agent, and I think I kind of put things in play from a mindset perspective that I will take away as being very positive.